Daniela Rojas is a young Colombian artist. Although not famous in her native country, she has a large following in China, which feels a lot like home to her after having spent nearly a decade there. Her journey started in Shanghai studying business, but her hobby of singing and her fluency in Chinese took her on an unexpected career path.
Every year, Beijing Television makes a big competition when they feature all of the emerging artists to be able to get a chance to participate in the Chinese New Year's Gala, which is one of the most prestigious events nationwide. So between Chinese and foreigners, there's 300 people competing, and there's stages to it, kind of like The Voice or all of the other Western contests you go. But the prize is to have a chance to perform as a solo artist in the gala.
She frequently appeared on China's national television throughout the competition, but winning the contest brought her millions of mostly Chinese followers.
I'll never forget this. When I won the competition, I remember I was at my house just waiting, like the competition had passed and I was just waiting, and one of the people from the TV show gave me a phone call, and when they announced that, like they told me I had won the competition, I was standing in my pajamas in my house and I was like, I didn't know what, I was like, what? It was so exciting. Sadly, I was on my own, but I felt like this such burst of joy that I'll never forget.
Her confidence was boosted along with her image, allowing for other collaborations with bigger artists and bands.
Being a foreign singer or performer in China for me was always this lucky feeling, because we were getting, or I was getting, a lot of chances. I couldn't believe that I was getting those kind of chances, because I was surrounded by so many talented people that just being foreign and blending in so well made me just always feel lucky.
So you've been here before?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places in San Francisco. It's beautiful.
I met Daniela in San Francisco, where she moved after her China experience and got a degree from a music school. Now she's a self-driven talent, chasing any opportunity to hone her skills and experience in music.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to have the great pleasure to introduce a great vocalist that is visiting us today. Her name is Daniela Rojas, and she comes from Colombia, but it was for many, many, many years a resident of China. She speaks fluently Mandarin, as well as English and Spanish, and she's going to sing a few of the classics for us tonight.
Edgardo Cambon is the lead singer of Candela, one of the top salsa bands in San Francisco. One of her several collaborations in San Francisco's music scene in order to pursue her passion in Latin music. And another big passion she still has is China. This is where she recollects some of those memories with her friend who owns this cafe.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, ¿tú?
Bien.
¿Cómo va el día?
¿Quieres un café?
The two Colombian friends both happen to be in China at the same time, and coincidentally, they now both live in San Francisco.
So when I saw another Colombian in China singing in Chinese, I was like, wow, first of all, how does she speak Chinese that well? But second of all, like, how did she get there? You know, like, it's so hard to like blend in China, and I think that was amazing, like how far she went with her singing and her career there.
so much of Daniela's young adult life has been spent in China that in a way she feels a little Chinese in her identity.
I feel like China just made my whole music perception, because as I told you, I never had music instruction before I got to China, so most of what I learned from music, I learned it in the context of China. So it was always like my vocals got influenced, the way I enjoyed music, the kind of music that I enjoyed, how I portrayed it, how I sang it, everything just was in the context of China, which I loved.
This is why Daniela never stopped speaking, reading, writing, and most importantly, singing in Chinese. In fact, she relates so well to the Chinese music and its audience that she wanted to share part of her own native culture with the community. That's when she decided she would make Latin music in Chinese.
Latin music in China is still a very small niche, because I think there's the obstacle of the lyrics and the understanding. So what I hope with my project is to be able to bridge that obstacle and have them understand and feel more the music, so we can expand their knowledge and their enjoyment of Latin music. Is that right?
Yeah. But for that, she's getting help from an established producer of Latin music, Israel Tannenbaum. Israel has composed, arranged, and produced music for some of the top Latin musicians across the board. And today, he's helping Daniela turn her Chinese song into a Latin track.
Remember that we were gonna do "Oh, 重新出发." So this one changes, and then this first one we have "Oh," and then 重新出发.
This is both a musical and a grammatical challenge, trying to reconcile the principles of Latin melodies with the phonetics of the Chinese language.
Just sweeter, not necessarily softer in volume, but just
less
softer
attacking.
in caressing the words, so to speak.
Latin American music being so passionate and so rhythmically based, it's going to be a big challenge to try to accommodate the way I've understood Chinese vocals into the music and carry out the same energy. And more not like from the challenge for me, but for the listener over there. Are they going to accept this kind of different vocals maybe in their language? It's going to be interesting. I sincerely do hope I can do it.
Daniela knows she's taking a risk by diving into a unique and underexplored music niche.
In this particular moment, I feel like my niche is Latin America and China, because I'm taking a lot of the Latin America styles and rhythms and things that my people understand and taking them to China. But on the other side, I would love to be able to translate some of the Chinese culture into the Latin American side and maybe to the United States, because I feel like there needs to be more exposure of the beautiful things of China in the United States as well as in Latin America.
She's now seeking a sponsor for an album she's working on, merging English and Chinese songs with Latin influences.
No matter where I end up, I feel like if it's California or Colombia, I'll always have a part of me in China.
The young musician's nascent career already spans across 3 continents in 3 languages, and she's determined to keep it that way.
Like that.